Hello, everyone, and welcome. We're midweek here on Going Optimal. We've done Premier drafting all week long, 2 days in a row here based on chat voting. And I was just telling chat that I've been playing Premier all weekend because of the ease of how it fits into my weekend schedule, one game at a time here and there. But I'm playing in a Just Lolaman Streamer Showdown. I'm not sure whether I'm going to be in the first or second pod. I'm either going to be playing in the Showdown Pod 1 tomorrow during the stream, or I will be playing Pod 2 after my stream on Friday. And if I can 2-1 or better the pod that I'm in, I get to play in the finals on Saturday. So if we can at least 2-1, you get some Saturday streaming from me, because I'll be playing in the finals. That would be neat. And in the meantime, though, I have not. It's best of 3. It's a classic 8-player draft in pod, see who goes 3-0 type deal. And I have been really focusing my play on best of 1 for a variety of reasons here. And so I didn't even ask chat today. It's time to get traditional and do some best of 3 and practice for this event and see what it feels like to sideboard. I mean, the spectrum of strategies in this format, like a lot of formats, is pretty wide. But this one seems very, very wide, and that there are some legit fun police decks. You've seen me play black red so far. A lot I've talked about that. I've had some success with that. The aggro berserker thing is a great way to put the Dirtle decks in check. But the Dirtle decks are real, multicolor base green, play everything, do everything, generate tons of late game value, never stop spending your mana, and just bury you in long-term advantage. We've seen that work. So but I've only been experiencing in best of 1, where you kind of do the rock, scissors, paper, you experience the result, and then move on. The ability to adjust your rock, to scratch some notes on your paper, to sharpen those scissors during sideboard is a legit difference in the experience, and I do want to get some practice on that for tomorrow. So I'm going to do that today, and we'll see. Maybe I'll even get 2 drafts in today. I don't know. We'll see how long the first one takes, and then decide what we're going to do about that. I know what you're going to do about your card needs, though. You're going to go check out my sponsor, cardkingdom.com. They have everything you need for your paper game. They can't give you anything for Arena unless you're buying secret layer stuff that might have the codes in it or whatever. But if you need something for your tabletop, they're my go-to starting point. I often say, there's a lot of places you can go to get Magic cards, and I don't think anybody out there only buys from one specific Magic retailer. You're leaving too much value on the table if you do that, but you're leaving a tremendous amount of value on the table if you're not starting with Card Kingdom, or at least making sure they're in the mix. They often have the best price. They almost always have the best buy price if you're looking to sell cards, and the inventory is crazy good, such that if you want to convert those sold cards into store credit via the 30% store credit bonus, you know that store credit is good for something, that it's good for whatever, like that you're going to get your Magic needs met with that store credit, instead of sitting there saying, why did I bank this credit with an organization that doesn't have the inventory to satisfy my needs, right? So keep that in mind. Thank you, Card Kingdom, for all of your support over these years. And let's jump in here for the 10,000 gold option. Don't even get to play on house money again still here. We did a lot of grinding late format Zendikar on this account. I play on 4 different Arena accounts. 3 of them I track and share. One of them is just kind of a throwaway account that allows me to do whatever and not worry about it. It's kind of always been 4-room packs. I've just I haven't bothered. It's kind of, there's been a secret account, but you can know about the secret account. I'm just not telling you any more about it. It's just nice to have a place to play that doesn't mean anything, right? Friday night drafting. Well, waiting for one person left to jump in this table. Yeah, Rocket's got strong opinions today. He's been getting even more curmudgeon-y about other beings daring to exist in his proximity. We've got, well, I'm not trying to be red-black. I'm not trying. But, and also, like, what's better here? Like, we could do this. We could do this, but this is better. This is just better. And it's also nice that there's no really other good red-black here, so it's not like downstream is going to take it. I mean, so, all right, as long as Media said it first, like, this is just the pick. All right, last night on the paid account, I drafted, just so you know, I drafted a really cool, I did the blue-white Foretell deck. I've got both the gold uncommons in the deck, and anyway, I'm just saying, this is kind of a bomb. We could take this in case we pivot. Doomscar Titan is a fine top end for a red deck. This is a really excellent card. Yeah, but it's not a huge priority. I feel like if we didn't have this is a gold rare we're starting with. Let's not marry it. Like, let's say this was the situation. What are we really taking here? At that point, it might be Shepherd. It might be Avalanche Caller, because if you can take this early and build around it, this is a house. When you start threatening your opponent with hex-proof 4/4s on turn 3, it's a big deal. So you want to try Shepherd or Titan? People want... We do have this, though. This is not nothing. We can take the Titan. It's not wheeling. I don't think it's wheeling. So it did end up taking something to match the Massacre, but I did like looking at the pack as though we didn't have this. You should ultimately still make your pick knowing what you do have in your deck, but it was worth that. This is a fun build-around, too. We're getting past a lot of build-arounds to consider. So maybe I am settling down with Berserkers early, but this is so good. And reinforcements with the Massacre is interesting because these getting double Berserkers seems a little early for this, though. Although, like, all these 3 black-red cards in the middle are kind of equally a little bit early to me. Good luck, Haj. Haj wants to move on. We're like week 1. It's going to be a long format for Haj, I think. I don't think we take the Snow-Covered Mountain. I think it's reinforcements or Skull Raid, but I think I am just going to take reinforcements and stick to, like, if we are following this Massacre, let's get the Berserkers. Oh, another Nico Defies Destiny. So if I had taken that first one, maybe we actually move into the blue-white style deck. This card has been pretty medium to me, not unplayable, and it slides into the deck. I don't like taking this pick 4, but there's not much else here. There's the Recruiter, which I have found pretty valuable to reload. It's kind of an interesting top end for an aggro deck where if your early aggression has produced a bunch of trades and the dust settles and a 3/3 is decently sized and you use removal on their 5/5, then suddenly, like, it can actually just be value town. But yeah, we can. I like the land to hedge to Boros. That's interesting. Like, if the Braggart wheels, we might want to be there. But yeah, the Haster is fine, and it does cut it. I think I'm going to take the Haster. Like, again, I don't love that this is pick 4, and I am starting to feel like I am forcing this a bit. Like, I'm taking the not best card to match where we started. And I don't exactly see red-black flowing here. So maybe I need to, especially the black is not particularly flowing. Yeah, an Outrider is a real build around as well. So yeah, let's take the Outrider and be like, Craven Hulk is fine. I mean, you can throw that in, right? But let's take the Outrider and see if that's where we're supposed to be. Here on that front, yeah, I mean, if we go in the snow direction, there's like Frost Peak, but we're not doing that hard in the snow direction. And that's the trouble with the Outrider, is that red's not a great snow color. Yeah, we can just take the Skull Raid, right? But we also have another reinforcements. We took reinforcements over the first Skull Raid. Do we want to split it up, or do we just want to keep going mega wide Berserkers? So I continue to feel like, yeah, Pretender would be nice. I'm going to take another Reinforcements here. All right, well, this is a nice... But see, this is where I kind of expect to get the Reinforcements. I feel like we've been taking them a little early, but we are kind of doing the thing. So now we get to slam the car door on the direction and know that at least nobody, you know, that we've managed to land the gold uncommon pack pick 7. So great. That's great. Snow-covered swamp could give us a little bit of play there. Infernal Pet with this reinforcements, and assuming we get 2 drops, could be a nice 3, where we often go on 4, 2 spell, and start making it fly. Yeah, Snowland also possible. Just getting a touch of snow in your deck is not bad. Not a bad thing to do. I think we can do that over the pet. I think this is if this were a Berserker, I think it would break the tie, and like that synergy would be the difference. We can take this Berserker. We're not really looking to run these, but if we get, I can see a world where we end up with like 3 or 4 playable, or you know, Berserker 1s and enough 2-drop augmentations that we would do it. But I don't love this card. And yeah, with the Saga, not awful, right? We'll see. We'll see. It can have a home in the right context, but I don't just like slapping this in a deck, even if it's a Berserker deck. The Nico still being here makes me almost wish we'd gone that direction, because that means like nobody wants that, and that would be a cool approach as well. I don't like too many way downs in my black decks, because I find with black decks I am trying to use the graveyard as a resource for a lot of things, and especially for a lot of recursion. And like, so keep that in mind. We're going to take it, but it's not necessarily bomby. I mean, you take a snow-covered mountain here to continue giving us a little bit of snow. There's a perfectly good Skull Raid here, though. And yeah, let's take it. Snow is not that important. Dogged Pursuit could be playable in this deck. Yeah, land would be a legit pick there. I'm not sure what was best. We got the Craven Hulk back. Like, we took a spec pick. I think we took Outrider over the Craven Hulk on spec, and I was like, well, the Hulk is okay, but and then it wheels, so okay, we're in the right lane for us. And yeah, I'm not. Look, I'm not. Look at this first pack. There's like one. Here's a god we're not going to take. I don't know what this does, but we're going to find something that does it for us, which is that. Well, let's take Berserker and try to wheel this. Clearly nobody's in red black, so we're going to take this easy Berserker. I've really found this card to be quite good. It gets to be 5/5 right quick. And if they don't kill it then, I'm going to get it to 7/7 soon after. I mean, this thing just gets big and big and big. So, love it. That's a great pickup. And hopefully we wheel that land. This pack is utter garbage. Wow, this went from great to awful. I guess we take a Recruiter here over an Effigy. You want the dual? I just feel like in an aggro deck like this, I'm not into playing a half on color tap snow. I suppose Effigy is reasonable for, given that we picked up a Berserker and we'd like to get more. So okay, I'll take the Effigy, because it certainly makes it super easy to 2-spell, right? I mean, it's 0 mana when you actually cast it. No Berserkers here. So I'm kind of into the swamp. Ugh. I hate... Yeah, White Rune is very good. I have 2 of these in my blue-white deck that I'm pretty happy with that I drafted last night. You like the boat? I haven't feared this card. I'm gonna... Yeah, I just don't... I can't prioritize this here, but I mean, we're gonna wheel the swamp too. Let's... I'll take this. We're gonna like all that stuff. I don't think the table is gonna want. We'll just wheel whatever we want out of that, and then we get a bolt here. That's cool. I'd like to maybe get this helm, or the one of these 2 on the wheel would be nice. But easy bolt. We don't have a lot of boast yet, do we? There's that. Without much without like any boast, I kind of want to just take the boast card, but yeah, it's 2. We should just take it for curve, right? Let's look, like right now we only have the natural berserker at 2. Of course, we have these are effectively 2s, so it's not like we're, and this is a 2. Again, Foretell just given us lots of things to do at 2 to make up for the fact that it's not deep there right now. But ideally, a deck like this casts a creature on 2 or sets up to beat down. You know, setting up to beat down on 2 is what you want to do, as opposed to setting up to make your top end 1 mana cheaper, right? Run Amok is good in this kind of deck. You just want to keep at him, keep him blocking. Picking up a decent rare here. This is nothing special, but it's kind of like an improved, it's just like what I want this to be, right? Arnie here is just like the Breakneck Berserker, except quality. And he does boast, true. Here we go. We got a second mob. I don't think we're ever going to fire this land off, so we'll just take the mob here. Jinx, you like the Omen Paths? I have never thought to play that card yet. It just feels too low impact. I know we're going pretty wide, but it's still, like, if it was +2/+0, I'd be in, but it doesn't help the go wide enough. Yeah, see what I mean? Like, creatures you control get +1. That's just not good enough. Nothing else here matters, though. I could take the boat. Yeah, I'll take the boat and not play it, as opposed to take that red spell and not play it. Yeah, but I don't. It's not worth that. You say it helps double spelling, Jinx, and while that is technically true, I don't think it's not. It's not how we want to be double spelling, because it costs us a card. Helm or Raider is what I'm looking at here. I think I want the Helm, but I want 2 drops more right now. Like, I'll take as many 2 drops as I can get. I only want like 1 Helm. I get that you want the Helm. I think we'll pick one up in the next pack, and I don't want a bunch of them. And I do want a bunch of 2s. That was my thinking there. And it's a Berserker. Like, 2-drop Berserkers with Blood Sky Massacre are pretty important. Yeah, there's the uncommon equipment in red and black is both very good. I like they may be the best of the equipment. No, they're all pretty good. Anyway, point is we're in the right lane. Another great, look at that. You know, I was a little worried at the quality of pick we were getting. Taking like pack 4 early, like it felt like I was taking something like the Dwarven Reinforcements too early, but now since we've ended up in the correct lane, we're getting that stuff super late. We're never playing that large drop in this deck, although we might play the pup. We're kind of getting there. In this case, we've got Frostbite jumping out at me over the Berserker that we expect to wheel. And then, yeah, this is it's like on-color rare. Oh, no, not really. It is non-color rare. That is true statement. but Frostbite's fine. Crush the Weak is good against us. We don't want to see that happen. Raise might be more important than First Disciple. What do you think? The Raise getting the double Berserker back is pretty important, but I do love the Disciples. They're just not on... the creature type isn't important to us. Yeah, I think we should take first Raise. If I finish this draft and I have no Disciples in the deck... that's okay. If I finish the draft and I don't have a Raise the Draugr, I'll feel like it's missing something. This is a very good card for this archetype. That is not for us. This is for us. Good, solid removal. It's a little clunky for the format. You can feel like you have to you have to sometimes cast this down. Sometimes you feel like I got to pick off this 3-drop, but this is good for us. Nice to have. The Exile has proven extremely important with all of these cards looking to reanimate and use graveyard creatures as fodder. The Exile is very relevant in the format. You're liking the pick? I haven't really been playing the pick. I'd much rather have the Helm, obviously, but that's a colored equipment, so we expect it to be better. Got a Jarl that is a zombie cleric as opposed to a berserker. We've got Squash. If we want to, we don't have a ton of removal. We could take the Squash. We have another Titan though. Second Doomskar. What do you think? I think it's Squash or Doomskar. Not sure which. Tron likes the Jarl. Yeah, we could just do Jarl too. Maybe I'm underrating the Jarl here because we don't have a lot of giants, so this is just expensive. Whereas this is like 2 mana removal, and we're just trying to beat down. So I like Jarl here. I'm going to take Jarl. It's not a Berserker, which is the unfortunate part, but fits into the deck too well to let go of. And here I'm taking Cavalry. This card has... I always knew it was solid, but it's really been rising, especially with creature type mattering that it is a Berserker. And now that I'm remembering how to play it, now that I'm remembering that if you have this out and you play a creature with larger power and your opponent has no defenders, that maybe, just maybe, you want to give your new creature haste and get more damage in. Now that I've internalized that, I've really grown even more happy with this card. Provoke, nice to pick up here. We're just talking about having passed on that Crush or that Squash because it was a little expensive. This is a nice follow, is where we want. Pup Jarl is good too, yeah. They try to get in the way of that pup. They deal 1 point of first strike damage, then Jarl it out. All right, another Frostbite is fine. And look, I did end up with a Disciple. Here's the pick y'all want. You think we should take a pick over a Disciple? Feels like Disciple is still too good. Yeah, we're not playing this anymore, are we? Deck has come together too well. This isn't a bad top end for a Berserker deck because you often have 5 Berserkers out and you can just nug them for the end. But I think, do we have Village Rites? We have 1 Village Rites. But yeah, we'll just take Gems. I don't think we want 2 Village Rites here. And I don't think we're playing this, like, we do have a lot of 4s. But let's get that crew out of the deck. Here's the pick you wanted, so we get to try it anyway. Look at this. Doomskar came around. I think we can still squeeze that in, right? We got some stuff to figure out, but I think we can take that. Oh, another Village Rites or another 3. Maybe we would play another 3 Berserker. But maybe we're supposed to take another village rights. I don't know. Well, and we get this one too. Jeez. Oh, we got that village rights anyway. It's all ours. All ours. Wow. Okay. Let's split it up. Let's hop up here. I don't think we're playing two of these with the Doomscar. Heck, we might not be playing any of these with the Doomscar. Although Hoggy Mob plus Jarl is a real thing too. 4 mana, ping something, kill it. So there's some combos. Yeah, we can cut a Hulk. Do we want to cut the Skull Raid? These we'll call 2s. Cut a Village Rights. Cutting at least 1 land. Yeah, we have better... Like, Dogged Pursuit is... Like, what you say, what's its job? Its job is to close out a game in which you have taken an early aggressive damage advantage, and then it closes out the game. But we have double Doomscar Titan that does this job a lot better, so, and has more capability to do other jobs. I don't think of this as a control card. Much like IGI, this is, I think, better as top end for aggro, but not unplayable as control. I've used this as a control card. It's just nerve-wracking because you had really better have lots of removal and lots of draw to set up a situation where you have the time, the breathing room to land a Dogged Pursuit that can win you the game. Shen says, IGI is useful as a close due to activated ability. No, Shen. Come on, be reasonable. IGI was better as a closer due to its activated ability. But this does do the IGI job worse, but it does close it out. That surprises me, Jinx. I know you like Rakdos aggro type strategies. I crushed with IGI in aggro Rakdos. Anyway, let's look at our numbers. 19 creatures. Suggestion to cut the mob. I'm clinging to it on the combo-rific stuff, but maybe we can let it go. We do have 2 Doomscars, so they foretell at 5, so these are really 5 drops for us, and I think you're right. Everybody really wanted to try the pick. Everybody's excited about the pick, but I don't know. It does do +1/+1, which on these small creatures can be a big difference. Yeah, I have never played the pick, but there were some people in chat who are like really excited about it. But we'll cut it for now. We got to find cuts. Are we and like if we're doing that, are we like maybe we should cut Duskwielder as like if we're playing the pick or doing other things to augment this? I would like it more, but I don't like it here. Whereas Fearless Pup still has that threat of activation that's relevant. Shinny, does red black seem to be open all the time? Given that I've been at like literally, I think about 60% of my drafts have been red black, I would say yes. Yeah. What do you mean 1 rights? We do have 1 rights. We could cut way down. Again, we have 1, 2. Oh, we were going to cut Dogged Pursuit. I like that cut. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of interaction that are targeted plus a run amok. Makes me think we could let the way down go. It just, it sticks in my hand sometimes. I like Run Amok a lot if we can keep it in. We're trying to be pedal to the metal, and this is it is not, you're right that this can look weak because it's only good when you're attacking, but this deck is losing if we're not attacking. I don't want to put like 5 of these in my deck, or you can just get in too many bad spots, but I really like at least 1 or 2. Yeah, maybe we do 5 run amok. Like this is a good card in aggro, but if you run 5 Jinx, you are saying I can't win if I'm not like I have no game if I'm not attacking. If you're running 5 of these, you've completely given up on the quadrant of defense, and I hate doing that. But can we cut the Hulk with 2 Titans? Well, then we start to actually eat into our 4s. Like this is going to be 2 into 2. We do have these. The reinforcements can be either way. I guess we still have. Yeah, maybe we are deep enough at 4 in our options to let go the Hulk. Yeah, it's true. Not prized planners. Let's look at this. Where does this leave us? 16, 11 with still 3 cuts. Keeping you on your toes, Robert. We could cut the recruiter since we have the raise. And this isn't actually on plan. Yeah, Jinx and I are arriving at that at the same time. I would run the recruiter if I didn't have the raise. I do like having some sort of raise dead going on, and I would run it if we didn't have alternatives. I do have this Elder Fang that I was saying is not the most important, but it also works well with Jarl in terms of chumping and you think Provoke is good enough? Kind of like cutting a Frostbite over a Provoke and then deciding sideboarding. I do not see us provoking our guys either. What? Why is it? Why did let's read Provoke the Trolls together, everybody. Let's pretend it said this. 3 in a red. Instant. Provoke deals 3 damage to any target. What if it said that? Full stop. We'd think it was a little expensive, but playable removal. Right? I just want to set the state. Like I just wanted to say that because I don't think the second sentence of rules text really changes the valuation of this card much. I mean, sure, if you're in huge green-red monsters, maybe that you knock this up a grade because you're like, yeah, I'm actually going to do the thing and cast this on my big trampler or something. But really, this is just 3 damage at instant speed to any target. This is pretty unique in the set in that way. Normally, we see a lot of things like Demon Bolt and Frostbite. They're in the shock mode. They're in the lightning strike mode where they can hit anything. But Provoke is the only card that goes to face like this that I can remember in the set. So it still might be the correct to cut it, but that's the kind of thing that makes me want to lean. Like if we're going to cut a piece of removal, Frostbite against the wrong deck can just be dead. Like we don't have enough snow going on to make this lightning bolt. So I'm kind of on this as a main deck. Also, we're best of 3. Like as soon as we see that our opponent is laden with targets, boom, out Provoke in second Frostbite. But I like starting with the split because this is a little bit more flexible. It's a lot more, 3 extra mana for 1 extra point of damage is, you're right. It's not cheap. This is not great, but I do like that it does a little bit more as a starting point. Yeah, because it's reach where the other stuff isn't. So I'm going to start here. And then we just need 1 more cut, and I think it should be a creature. Maybe, because these, like, we have effectively 17 creatures with I did use it once. I've used Provoke once, because I won the game. And it's like, okay, my 4 toughness evasive creature is going to get through. They're tapped out, boom, win. Frostbite is, generally good, but Robert, like, it can be bad against some decks. This is what I'm saying. 2 damage can be underwhelming against some decks. That's what I've been thinking there. And I'm gonna cling to my reinforcements. I would rather cut this Disciple and just go full on Berserker, and then we're Berserkered up, although it's not like even we're like, this is the Bloody Massacre supports the Berserker theme. Yeah, let's do it this way. I think the Burglar Rat is cute, but maybe not necessary in the deck. And then we've got an 8-8 split. I like that. And didn't somebody choose lands? Yes, Nick's Basics for Timnos. You got it, Timnos. 6 swamps, 8 mountains. Gonna play the snow swamps, just I think mostly, like, there's that one rare that punishes you, but mostly you just run these to make people worried about possible snow stuff, which is the whole problem with them in Constructed, right? That everybody feels compelled to run them even though you're not running anything snow, just because it sends a little bit of misinformation. Exactly, Hexstar. The same reason we cut Skull Raid is the same reason I'm cutting the rat here. Or, you know, in our hearts, the rat. Not actually a rat. Yeah, I like the one Village Rites is good too. All right. Deja vu. Like, try that. How many wins on average will we get with this here deck? Yeah, it is in that it's such a small advantage, Sergeant Swagger, that it's not that important. But I think that's partly what annoys the hyper spikes. It's like, look, I can't believe you're asking me to do this. Like, I try to take every advantage I have, and in order to take this one, I got to do this absurd thing with my deck building. We ditched the Dusk whatever, but we kept the pup. Keepable. Low on land right now, but very keepable with the Jarl and the Raider. Raider into Firewalkers for Boast is the dream here. I just felt like I wanted something to make it better, Jinx. Jarl made it okay, but like it just felt a little weak without like if we had that helm, like if we ended up with a helm, or if we ran the pick, then I'm in. I just want to give that thing +1/+1. All right. Looks like it's aggro v aggro. Are we going to block with the Raider? If not, we could consider Jarl into Firewalker into Raider, activate Firewalker. So if we're not blocking, let's just foretell the Jarl. This sets up Firewalker into Raider plus Jarl, or Raider, activate Firewalker, Boast, and make Raider a 3/3 on the turn it's cast. Well, that's good. They didn't even have the option of making a token there, and I don't think we want to block with the Firewalker either, per se, but we're going to at least throw it out there. I think we really don't now, because if we don't draw a land, if we don't draw land number 4, we really want to go Raider, activate Firewalker to at least put a +1/+1 counter on the Raider, and then ideally find a land on top that we can play. We're going to take it, and yes, if they want to spend 2 of their 3 turn 3 manas to make a 1/1 here, I think that's good for us. So we say no blocks and hope that they make a 1/1. Now, if we do find land, we have to decide what to do. We might not want to bother firewalking, so like we could still do that, and maybe with the champ, with the run amok. Let's just start with an attack, and we have the run amok. Let's see if they block. Except if I'm going to do... Okay, I got to decide on the Raider first, though, because if we're still doing that, We could go Raider and then choose between Run Amok or Boasting. If we do your line, Jinx, we are abandoning pumping the Raider this turn, which if they don't block, they might think they're racing here, and maybe they think, like, they could be correct in racing here, in which case they're not going to block. We can also boast second main. That's a good point. That's a good point. Okay, so, but if we are forced to boast mid-combat, we miss it, though. That's the thing. Yeah, I'm going to go with Raider Amok. I like the Mike line. That's what I was thinking. And yeah, if they block, we'll Run Amok. And it looks like we're setting it up to raid here. Like, okay, go ahead and take the trade. We're just trying to put a counter on our Raider, right? Not enough mana for both boasting and running amok. And the problem with boasting here, especially after having played the land, is we're talking about if there's a pup on top, or like there's only two spells in the deck we can boast into, so we're going to run amok and take out this champ. And this is why Run Amok is good. Look at what it's doing here. And of course, I'm talking best case scenario, but let's look at that. I mean, the best case with Run Amok is that you are running an aggressive, well, you have to be running an aggressive deck to play it, but you are on the front foot, your opponent is tapped out, and it is in a spot where they just have to block. And Run Amok wildly punishes opponents in that situation. So it's a pretty valuable card for aggro, even though it does nothing in the defensive quadrant. Nice turn from Oppo. Removal spell for 1 mana into a 3/2 for 2 mana. Hard to argue too much with that, but in this case we're going to send in our Firewalker and for sure boast, and then if they block, fine. If they don't block, fine. Not going to block, so we'll see what's on top with the boast. Feed the Serpent. Ugh. Limited mana, man. If this were constructed, it would be so easy to cast this, but limited. Stupid limited in the 1 swamp. All right, well, we're going to play our Mountain and Firewalker and be sad that our removal got stuck. I think in a deck like this, I would rather have first Run Amok than first Rites. Rites is fine and a nice toolbox card to have, a nice response card to have. Love having it in the sideboard. If your opponent is playing, like, maybe we should have prioritized the Village Rites for best of 3 simply because of the preponderance of aura-based removal in the set. Having, like, if I'm playing against blue-white that's running the covered in gold or whatever that is, and dipped in gold, and the bad bubble, or the not even bad, the weird bubble, you'd be happy to have those Village Rites. So how are we doing in this race? Do we need to block? I think we can't block that. We got to say no blocks and hope that their mana shortage keeps them on the back foot. If they don't come up with a good follow, we have a good double attack here. Oh, that's too bad. They ended up having a nice turn. Although, if they want to block, they... I think we still swing away. We have the Jarl behind. And the Jarl can jump in front of the legend that just got played. And the double boast could be very useful here. So I'm going to send in both, see what they want to do. If they block either of them, we're going to boast whatever they block. If they don't block, we'll probably double boast and see what... We'll boast and see what comes of it. But knowing that we have Jarl of the Forsaken as our backup plan. Nerve-wracking. Boros can, of course, go +2/+1 to team for 5 mana and end a game real quick. But we can't beat it, so we're not going to play around it. Arnie. Now I kind of like Mountain Arnie hold Jarl. I mean, if there's guaranteed land on top, we could go activate, find land, and then do it all. But no, then we can't even do it all. Let's do this. And somewhat telegraphed that we didn't boast the other Firewalker, but bring it. Chat will defend me, Scotty. This is not my fault. The magic gods are trying to make me look like a dirty forcer, but I'm not. Yeah, that's another good point that we can... If we don't cast the Jarl here, we can raise... Although we only have the one, so I kind of want more stuff to die. Yikes! Yeah, it's true. But still, since we hadn't played a land yet, I would expect someone like... It doesn't make any sense for us to have played a land out of hand and not boasted unless we had something else to do, right? Now, they're playing it smartly and safely. I'd never go for the alpha here with this type of... When you have this type of chumps on the ground and we haven't shown anything to deal with the air. Knowing that if you're wrong, you could lose on the crackback. Yeah, good choice, Oppo. I like that. Now we're probably dead. Like, that was our chance to win that game, is Oppo getting too aggressive there. And I'm going to go Jarl to add to our board. Well, Demon Bolt. Does that get us there? It... Unfortunately, you see, it just doesn't. So Demon Bolt could get something out of the way. How can we win from here? Let's see. If we boast 2 shocks. No, we only have the one. But if we boast a removal spell. Yeah, well, Demon Bolt is instant anyway. So the bottom line is we're swinging. And need to boast now, looking for removal to clear blockers. Provoke is close. It could be the face damage we're talking about if they let some stuff through. Do we have... Or are we... Let's see. 1, 2... although it's worth noting that if this were the 2 damage, we'd be in a better spot because we could kill both their flyers. Yeah, I know it's face. Yeah, provoke is face up. No, it's not. They don't know it. It is? Why didn't it have an eyeball then? They should put an eyeball on it. Okay, I didn't think it should have an eyeball on it if it does. Sorry, I was at 0 hourglasses, and now I might have screwed up the game. But let's see what they do here. Exile is face up unless otherwise. I just still wish they'd put the eyeball on it. Because, I mean, they've taught me to expect that if my opponent knows it, it's got an eyeball on it. Yeah, I needed to boast. I acknowledge that I screwed up there. Let's see if it cost us. So, free lesson in that we didn't actually end up there. We didn't get there, but we played to our outs. And then now, though, we're just dead. We'll do this. Yeah, we almost got there, but it's funny. The last change we were debating actually cost us here. Because if we have the cheaper removal, we can actually deal with both their flyers. So we'll scoop this up and make that swap for sure. And maybe I don't want to get result-oriented from one game, but, you know, Frostbite would have been the champ there over the Provoke. Provoke might still be correct in the sense of we do need to deal with flyers, and we don't have, you know, if we're racing against flyers, it's nice to be able to get them. But at that point, I think we bring in the way down. Although yeah, they're using burn. We had stuff die. Bring in the troll. This one. Yeah, we definitely added the other bite. I'm just questioning whether we want to even add more removal for flyers, or we're going to be on the play, though. Probably just let the expensive stuff go. Is way down better than feed? I don't think it's better than feed, but we should really consider including it in this matchup. Maybe for one reinforcements. Oh yeah, one of these. That's kind of weak. Yeah, I like that. That's a good suggestion, Haas. Let's try that. So we cheapened our removal given the nature of our opponent's deck. Tron likes the mob. I guess they showed some 1 toughness. But I like the top end aggro that Doomscar represents here. We can keep this. We got all our mana. We got something to foretell on 2 at the very least. We're on the play, so we're trying to be aggressive, so we hope the run amok is good for us again. And now we get... Let's see, let's go with the... Well, actually, let's go with the Demon Bolt. Being able to throw around 4 damage for 1 mana is nice, and Jarl at full price is fine. Boy. We're going to go ahead and just firewalk here, but this is what I'm talking about. I'm glad, you know, we could also foretell the Jarl and just pick off the Raptor. Then this code spell's not doing much. We can also just take a hit from this, and they have various runes. Maybe they put a rune on the Raptor or something. But yeah, let's walk her now. You don't need to rush to remove something like this if you feel like it's still your removal is going to work later. The only way we get super punished here is if this suddenly ends up with 5 toughness and we have nothing that ever kills it. This is a build around that I drafted once but never got a single rune in the whole darn thing. So now we're going to save our bolt to burn out. Although we could even go, what about, too bad we don't have 2 red. If we had 2 red, I would look to use Run Amok on this turn and then Demon Bolt next. As it is, I think we need to foretell the Jarl and hold up the Bolt. And I think Jarl is correct over the Doomscar since we're not super close to casting this. Hodge says swing and boast. We could do that. If we swing and boast, we are really hoping to find a land. But I'm going to stay back on D. Swing and boast is an interesting idea, but it forces us to use the Run Amok if they block with the Raptor, and then we lose our red, and then they get to land this. So I think we have to do the Jarl play. I mean, swinging, we had a line. It just means that it opens them up to drop that rune. And they're now, Burninator must be in the tank about whether they can afford to try the rune. And the answer is they shouldn't, but we're also telegraphing hard with our pauses, so we'll see what they want to do. Does this do anything on... We could block... I hate it if this deck is blocking, though. If I block, what are we doing next turn? I'm going to say no blocks. We're just getting rolled, gang. I could use the bolt now, but that rune then just destroys us. So I'm not gonna. But this is hard. Getting stuck on land. Yeah, this is a bad matchup for us because they're doing our deck, but a little better. Yeah, we're in pass for Jarl and Bolt, as Hodge observes. Mike says swing and boast now. I don't think so when we have block and 2 spells. Okay, well, that's just happening. Well, they whiffed pretty hard, at least, but the just the +1s on the creatures are going to be tough for us to manage. Somehow, we have similar amounts of mana and have similar decks, but Oppo has puked out an entire board, and we are just like, doopy-doop. They're playing way more 1s than we are. That's one thing going on here. Block here. Block here. Or just block the Story Seeker. This cheapening their 2... leaving this also might encourage them to try playing this. I kind of want them to try a rune anyway. So let's do it this way. They might just try it on the... Yeah, they're just really playing around the bolt, but that's fine. I'm going to keep saying... I'm going to keep saying... All right, I guess we lose this one. Like, I don't know what we can do from here. We drop a Firewalk. We play something for... We tap out of red, and they just destroy us with runes. Yeah, that's true. Maybe we just let him rune with the tap out and then bolt after. Yes, Hammer, I am 16 lands. Quite correctly, mind you. But yes. What's your point? You just curious? I hate the land question when I'm mana screwed. Not in this case. The land... if we added a 17th land, it would not necessarily be at the expense of what our final cut was to 16, but they'd be on the list. Can we move on? I'm so done with this. I'm going to move on before I get salty. Saltier.
Where are we going? To Neverland. 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 Oh, but Neverland.
The lack of a 2 is super concerning here, but Firewalker into Doomscourge seems strong enough to keep, and we've got an even split of our mana. So I'm going to keep this, but not doing something on 2 is not great. Anybody feel that's too risky for an aggro deck like this? Because I mean, we have Foretell, like we should really have something to do on 2. It's unfortunate we don't here. But I don't know if a random 6 is going to be on average better than this. Yeah, I think we have to keep because of that, but we understand the risks here. We might find a 2. We do have a lot of them. But we only have one chance, right? It's got to be on top of the library, which is, you know, like we could do the math. We've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inherent creatures plus the various Foretell we have. So probably about 8 or 9 outs to a 2-drop, a play on 2. Hey, we got one of them. Thanks, Magic Gods. Nice one with the Firewalker, too. Yeah, I counted 5 1 or 2 drop creatures, and then we have some, you know, that neighborhood of 3 or 4 Foretells. Or maybe we had more Foretells. Like, we actually were probably up the 10 plus level with the... I forgot the Doomscar Titans were foretellable. Yeah, it's, I like the idea of playing the Doomscourge on 4 to curve out, but the attacking here, boasting, pumping this, seeing what we've got and then falling back on land and foretell with the village rights up is a really nice sequence. So we're going to foretell that and keep up our village rights. Oh, you can't. Oh, I figured you could foretell that, but I guess that you can only play its casting. That's interesting. Huh. Well, you learned something, I guess. Gotcha. From Ryder. Thanks for reading for me, Hat. Yeah, y'all talking about words on cards like I see those. Can you give me some helpful advice, please? Provoke, keeping the village rights up is being great here for us. Well, if we berserk, we lose flexibility on Firewalker. So I'm going to just attack with Firewalker and Boast as a first point of order, and then it's just hard for me to prioritize Berserker over getting card advantage off Firewalker while we can. Although I should have boasted there. If we get if we end up with I kind of clicked, but you want to boast mid combat if you've got +3/+2 attackers only, in case you want to do that to not waste the value. We found a swamp. That's kind of what I wanted. Just get a land and then drop the Cardur here. Or do we want Cardur? I should read Cardur. All right, I'll read. When it enters the battlefield until your next turn, creatures your opponent control attack. So that's not going to do anything here. We could just hold Provoke or play the post-combat Berserker. I kind of like hold Provoke, kill whatever they play. If they don't play anything, we're pretty happy with that. I suppose they could do a bunch of stuff with their mana that didn't give us a Provoke target. Yeah, Timnos, you're right. We'll just develop the board. I'm being a little too... I'm trying to squeeze value out of this beyond it being a fine play right here. Just making sure we didn't want to try and get value. There wasn't a better play, right? If there was a reasonable play, but it's not reasonable to risk stranding 4 mana. So holding up Provoke was not reasonable. Because they, especially a deck like this that looks like it's dirtling a bit with its colors and choices, probably means they could end up doing some foretell stuff. And we could end up, or maybe they end up squashing the Firewalker, right? And then we're like, uh-oh, now what? Anyway, now with reinforcements here, same deal. Going to send in Firewalker. We're going to boast, and then probably reinforce, but let's see what the Firewalker produces. And I'll remember to do it. Kind of shows I don't have snow there to do that, but all right, we got that. Oh, I wouldn't even look. I missed lethal, sorry. Classic Spain. You can punt that if I miss lethal. I should, I want to get that in my head. I'm doing the board control thing again. This is my, my prep day for the big event tomorrow. For those of you who've showed up late, I'm going to participate in a Just Lola Man Streamer Showdown. And I'm trying to tighten my play up ahead of that. So, yeah, remembering the Titan. Remember the Titans, Ryan. Remember the Titans. All right, Oppo is doing Snowy Dirtle, Faceless Haven, Snowy Dirtle. Let's crush Snowy Dirtle. What do we have for... This is where, like, Frostbite doesn't feel as good as Provoke. Do you agree with me there? Like, I don't know. We didn't... I mean, this gets hit by it. Maybe we do bring in both even. Like, been holding on to these Breakneck Berserkers. I'm starting to think, like, that this is the correct baseline configuration of the deck. What do you think of that? Then you have 13 creatures plus the 2 reinforcements. I think we should start here. And then cut removal when it proves to not be good. Cut Provoke when we don't see what we're getting with it. I self-punted there, Hannah. I missed lethal. I should have just... They were tapped out, and if I cast the Doomscar Titan, boom, guaranteed, like, not even close. It is just straight lethal. And I was like, nah, I have an extra turn, Oppo. I like playing with my food. You like the hasty 3, but -1 reinforcements? Interesting. I'm going to keep the reinforcements in, but I'm going to ask myself that question, East, and when I have a reinforcements, I'm going to ask myself if I, in that case, would rather have a Berserker. That's fair, like hasty 3-drop. But also, these snow decks, they have a lot of super important creatures and a lot of super important 2 toughness creatures. You know, we want to pick off their, that snow 3/2 uncommon, you know? Well, we can't do this yet, but with Frostbite, Raider, Firewalker, Broken Brow, and 2 mountains, I think we keep this. Third mountain, certainly not what we were hoping to see on our next land draw, but we'll find a black source eventually. This was an easy keep with the makeup of this hand. Fight it, Sculptor. And there's our swamp. Awesome. And with the swamp, I like pitching a mountain with the Raider. Complaining about Mana Screw and then pitching away my lands, but I think it's correct with this hand. Pretty low down hand. How about... What's the sequencing here? I tend to start with the not haste over the haste. You like the Saga? Just, yeah, that's true. Next turn we can haste out this and just get a bunch of cards. Yeah, that's good. We can do that. I was thinking somehow I was already on chapter 2, like that if we played this, we wouldn't be getting enough value because we'd only be attacking with 1 Berserker, but we can attack with 3 next turn, you're right. Unfortunately, it looks like we're gonna trade off Arnie. Although maybe they'll just eat the Raider, which would be fine as well. But we're gonna offer up Arnie. Any reason to play a land or not play a land? No real reason either way. I guess we threaten to have like sack and draw, so I'll keep that up. Like, if we had tap lands in the deck, maybe don't play the land in case we draw a tap land. Or maybe I wait, since we have both lands, I wait in case we draw, like, the burn spell. So, yeah, I should have waited. Like, I should have waited and done this after combat, although it does make some sort of threat for, you know, Oppo needs to consider that. But... nice refill there. Arnie's Boast ability is kind of a weird one. It's not that big a deal, especially in a deck like this where we don't have high-powered other creatures. It's like Arnie's our most powerful creature when we have Cardor, but... Yeah, that was the choice, right? Play the swamp in case we draw the rights mid-combat. That was the idea. Now, we've got 7 mana total. We can even just play a Doomscar Titan, but probably want to wait there and do like a Doomscourge, Raider, hold up rights. Should have attacked first, but all good. And I'll just take that trade and hold the right still. Dirtling in the snow. Oppo is playing in the snow, making snow angels. Yeah, big sweeper could do it. But right now it's looking like Doomscar Titan's going to do it if we can draw a land off the top. What's can somebody bring up Blood on the Snow? I don't know, don't remember the rules text on it. Four black. Okay, yeah, they could have that for sure. Frostbite. We didn't find our land, so I think we just do some. Bite before, but it's 3 toughness. I don't have no snow. So double foretell, get our trade. What do you mean by get the trade? Yeah, writes what they block. I like that, especially with Doomscourge. It's gonna. I mean, they're gonna block the Raider, but that's fine. Start here. Oh yeah, you're right. They do. The ring was over here, and I missed it. I was thinking they only had the one, but that's okay. We're still gonna rights our Doomscourge. Yeah, it's a good card, but we're gonna make him spend first. Obviously, let's make him spend. There's the land we were looking for, and now we can set up foretell the. Well, we can do reinforcements. We have just the straight mana now, so we're just hard cast reinforcements, hold up Frostbite, and then Doomscar hard cast next turn. So we want to. It should leave up the right stuff here. Make sure. Yeah. All right. Just trying to dodge that that sweeper, but even if in that case, I think Doomscar almost gets there. Doomscar will be close at that point anyway. That's still not enough. We can get, with Doomscar, we get 4 3-powered attackers plus the Doomscar, so it's still good for us here. We got this one. It's our game. Oh, the land can animate. Thanks. I've been terrible about activated lands. That's one of my big weaknesses here. We're still good, but thank you for calling that out. I know I'm not the only one who has been missing special ability lands in this format. What am I going to do about that? I need to plug that leak. It's significant. I lost a game getting blown out by a land I wasn't aware of. So, something to think about. All right, picked up a win. At least we get to play for some gems. Starting off with a loss in traditional is always disappointing because you know you can't even profit, and you know you're kind of a dog to even get anything. All right, like winning the die roll, but hate this opener. Got a mulligan this one. At least it's an easy mull. And this is an easy keep. We are going to keep, and what we're trying to do is set up Berserker plus reinforcements or Jarl on turn 4. And this is the nature of this format. You got to be planning for turn 4 on turn 1, you know? And so our sequence wants to be Berserker into a second spell on 4. Currently only 1 swamp. So currently we're looking to foretell the reinforcements on 2 ahead of... and to that end, maybe we even ditch the Jarl. We don't have double black for the Serpent yet. But it's really powerful, and Jarl, if we don't come up with a second black, doesn't do the sequence I'm talking about. So I'm going to go... yeah, we could bottom the feed as well. Ditching Mountain is very greedy in that I really, really, really want to hit 4 mana on 4 for Berserker and something else. So I think it's feed or Jarl. And we can't cast this yet. So I'm gonna ditch the feed. It's sad. It's premium removal. But it's not really the plan that's materializing with this particular hand. So I'm gonna foretell the reinforcements in case we see no more black. Hannah wants to foretell Jarl, but you see what I'm getting at, Hannah? I want to make sure we go Berserker into a spell on 4. Hey, that's not bad. Picking up a 3-drop that we're willing to just throw out there and run it into their Sculptor is cool. They probably can't block if they're doing the Sculptor thing. Right now they can't even untap. So this is okay. Oh, we can Frostbite. So maybe we'll do... We can totally do the Berserker reinforcements. We could also do Berserker Frostbite Sculptor. Or maybe we attack first, see what happens. So I'm going to go land... Oop, not Jarl. Eek. Bloody Berserker. And then our second spell is either going to be Frostbite if they try to pump the Sculptor, or Dwarven Reinforcements if they don't. Maybe we bolt the bird anyway, but let's at least give them a chance to block. Yeah, that's fine. So now if they go for a pump, we blow them out. And if they take a trade, that's fine. Because now we're doing this, and it's like, all right. Do you even have to bolt the bird? We got to trade with the bird. I think that's even better, especially with a very medium card like the Berserker. It's fine in the deck, but it's just whatever. It's not doing... It's a very much a filler type card. So if we can trade our filler type card there, that's great. All right, we saw the Sculptor. Oh, I totally forgot to do the change that I wanted to do, which is cut one of these for one of those. And with the Sculptor, again, we're gonna bring in another Frostbite so we can bolt the bird if we need to. And my instinct was to cut this. I'm open to alternatives. We could maybe even cut a Doomscar and just have one Doomscar at the top end. There's a couple of 5s. I mean, we are at 16, and a couple of 5s is significant. Usually when I'm running 5s, I like to have 17. So I was talking about that earlier, about the land count here and where we're at. You like the Berserker more than Firewalker? I can't get behind that. I know that this is more aggressive, but you all have seen what this Firewalker's been doing, right? I mean, sometimes it's just a 3-2, but I'm getting a lot of value out of this card in terms of some card advantage for red. And yeah, it's all kind of, this whole section is a bit meat and potatoes, but let's just run with this. This is fine. I'm going to keep the 2 top end. I mean, they've won us, like, we've closed out games with that hasty team pumper. This is fine. Start on Pup. Pup with Run Amok is nice. Although you already have the threat of activation with the +2/+0, but... Well, Phil, it was the first pick, Rare Saga. Pack 1, pick 1, Rare Saga, and then we got Pack 1, pick 7, Uncommon Cardor Dude. If I was a sculptor, but then again, no. Should I do the attack in the oops? Oops! I'll just attack. We'll see if they want to block. They shouldn't. Especially with the Snowland. Don't do it, Mrizzle. Don't do it, Mrizzle. Good work. I'm gonna foretell the Dude Maker. Although we could actually just play the Raider. But with Doomscar, I actually want my lands, so I don't know what I want to pitch yet. So I like doing reinforcements here because I don't know. I want to get value out of the Raider if I can, and I don't know what we want yet. Right now, we're kind of happy with any draw, given our mix of land and spells. It was certainly first pickable in our pack, Hannah. There was no question. Boy, we want removal for this Sculptor because they didn't have mana. So if we can kill this Sculptor, they are in serious troubles. I'm gonna I kind of want to send the Pup and see if they want to block again. I like do it without the land and hope that they assume that I can't pump and block. Because the Horizon Seeker is the Horizon Seeker is going to get them back in it, which also makes me think they're not going to block. But let's try it. Not really, Pablo, but sometimes this Oppo has shown some good decision making. But especially in best of 3. After you've taken a loss, you really don't know what kind of quality you're going to be up against. Yeah, let's go... All right, let's go to damage. I think we want the reinforcements, right? And... yeah, it doesn't really matter what we hold up. So they're going to be able to get a land out of this with the Seeker, but we get to throw a block and charge them for the privilege. And if they use their whole turn on this, not the worst. Ooh, has this got Defender? Oh, it doesn't have Defender. I guess they have 1, 2... So they can kill one of our creatures, but that's funny. Here... Could even go for a 2 speller, but they can tap both of these, so it's not like we get to force them into the car door here. But we can still... Yeah, swing and see is a good place to start, right? Maybe they if they throw the block, I like run amok and then foretell something. Yeah, I'm in for that. Keep everything alive. Trample. Well, it doesn't get any extra damage in. And yeah, foretell Titan gives us possible Titan next turn, but I'd rather foretell Dwarf, like set up Titan for a couple more turns down the road and get wider first. Although, let's go to damage. You could also even say Raider, but nah, let's reinforce Dwarves. Or foretell. I don't know if this is like a first pick. It's been pretty powerful, but I don't know if it's first pick over that kind of over that type of power. Now I like reinforcements, maybe Raider pitch Walker, or we can do Doomscourge, pull it, just make them start attacking here. But I think we want to set up a situation where we're going Doomscourge into Titan to finish, right? We go Doomscourge, force them to attack, untap, Titan, win, right? So that's the sequence we want to win with. That's how we want to close. So foretelling the Titan and making dwarves is correct. I like Mike's line. We don't have any attacks, though, this turn, but we're setting up for a long game, longer game win. And now we have a couple turns to find a land. If we find a land off the top, we go Cardor, Titan, and we execute the strategy over across the next couple turns. Great card here. But looks like we can actually manage... But I'm going to do, like, we could do this now, but I'm going to do exactly what I was talking about. We're going to make their team attack, and then, and we're going to be looking very good the turn after. If all of this survives, all these creatures survive and we land the Titan, this should be ours. I imagine they'll use the Sculptor to avoid forcing it into the arms of the Doomscourge, but we don't care. I wasn't going to block anyway. I'm not blocking anything. Wah! All right, that's a card. Let's see if we have enough. Not yet. I don't know if we lose. Oh, Jarl's nice, although it's not going to help with the Titan. But, oh well, I'm just, like, math is for blockers. I think they might be able to put the bow on the biggest thing and just take the rest. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, they can survive and maybe crack back. But yeah, attacker's dying. That's true. If they kill this stuff, I guess they are. If they kill 2 things, if they put the Doomscar, but the Doomscar can be chumped without killing it, and then they just ignore it. So they don't actually have to take anything from the Doomscourge. that's true. We get some life, but they don't have to kill attackers. I mean, they chose to, but they didn't. They chose to kill some attackers there, so we'll take it. Let's see if this is enough to live. There's a lot of cards to take in here. I should, for YouTube purposes, just help people out, show some rares on screen, give them a chance to read. Oppo chose not to kill us there. Thanks, Oppo. They're playing like me. Look, Scotty, magic is hard. I feel you, Oppo. I feel you, Oppo. You're controlling the board. My kind of Oppo. Can we punish them for this? Let's see. We found some removal. They have 1, 2, 3, 4 blockers. They're at 8. We've got 5 attackers, so we can get 2 through. I don't think it's going to be enough. I think we still just lose here. But it's kind of funny. Angels getting double strike. Well, we can Jarl. Trouble is we can't Serpent and Jarl. I mean, yeah, we can do that, but we still lose. That's the trouble. What does that do for us? Feed the 4/4, and then we lose? I think we just lose. But I suppose if they somehow don't block... Maybe there was some weird lines to try and trick them, but I think we were just done with this one. We lost to one of the better rares in the set after one of the better uncommons in the set. That's all right. We'll get him this time. I want my 1,000 gems. So a lot of fort toughness, some angels. Maybe I need a Hulk just for the size of it. We could bring back the Berserker on the play, knowing that we're really trying to get in and kind of almost do it this way, just get a little lower to the ground and make 1 Titan our top end. Although you see it almost won us the game there. Way down. Not enough. We're trying to get to 4. Way down does 3. Yeah, we could try a Skull Raid. We're on the play, though. I kind of feel like I want to embrace our aggro more. And not try to play the long game with Skull Raid, and we just try to get him dead. They have too many good targets. They're playing a lot of those snow untappers that are driving their deck. We want the Frostbites for those. That almost makes me want to bring in the Way Down just for that stuff. So I'm going to try this. Yeah, it's true. We could drop the Provoke and bring in another 1-drop and just get really low down. I like that, Mike. I like that. Effigy, interesting too. I am on the play. I'm going to try this. It's true. Troll can go to face. we even got to try it out. We would get to try it if we wanted to keep this, but we can't because we only have one frickin' land. Lay Sai. Magic. Oh, Magic. He's so funny. This is at least keepable. This is a fun 5. So, I think we want Pup into Berserker into, like, Wielder plus Raider? Or then maybe we just give up one of these ones and say we need to be more impactful and actually get rid of the Dusk Wielder. What do you think? We get keep 5 of these, only 5. So got to keep both lands. Obviously, one of the 1-drops. I just don't know if we keep both 1-drops and like drop. So probably Raider and thing is Arnie as a place to get to on 3 mana is nice. Or yeah, we could do this and maybe this. Ah! Shit. Sorry, I don't usually swear, but I'm running out of time. That was a tough one. I'm just moving all in on the low stuff here. And I'm going to go... Actually, we want Dusk Wielder first. Maybe I was supposed to wait and go Berserker Pup? I don't know. But now we have... now I think we do Demon Bolt. Yeah, Drain and Foretell here, and then we can Bolt Pup next turn. I like that. Oppo not having any of their Snowland or their 2 mana dorks. That's true. We do need another red to 2-spell, but we may draw the ability to 2-spell as well. Well, I think we just had to bolt that. Could even bolt and raise to put counters on the Berserker if we thought that was worth it. I mean, this could just be a, or is it? No, we can't even cast it. You need targets. So we can do that if they were to kill something. But I'm just going to do this. Keep them off lands. Boast and try to 2-spell eventually. Buckeyes getting super fancy play syndromed over there. I don't think we're going to do that particular play. Okay, we can at least 2-spell. And this will be interesting, because I'm going to send both, and then we're going to sack the Dusk Wielder, but we may be able to... This could be interesting. Let's see. You'll see how they block here. Perfect. Oh, I thought you were going to block that way. No, block that way. Block the Berserker. It can't get that big. Block the Berserker. All right. Oh, well. We'll still do it this way. We're going to go Boast. And then Rights. Oh, you don't have to, do we? Never mind. I thought they, wait, what did they, oh, because they didn't play it. Here's what, in my head, gang, this swamp was already going to be in play, and this was going to be a 2-4. In my head, this was a 2-4 sitch. And I still think we want to do this, though. Don't we want to get counter on the Berserker? Like, this is not going to be... Once this lands, this is useless, right? So I'm still going to do it. Yeah, I'm glad I caught it so I actually have the info right, but I still think we want to do it. We're definitely going to do it when I thought it was going to die, but then had to think it through when I saw that it was not going to die. We also want land. We want cards. Yeah, this is going to be good for us. Glad we did that. Not great, Bob. But we can 2 spell now and at instant speed. So I'm going to give him a chance to block, because if we can kill the Valor Judge, that's legit. After what we've done to them this match, I can't fathom they wouldn't at least plan for us getting to 5-5. I mean, they've played a solid game. I'm not expecting Oppo to make any mistakes here. But looks like they are. We're going to do it. Thanks, Oppo. We'll take it. Although they have this angel, like, makes me think they're going to drop that rare and then we're just done for anyway. But let's see. We'll do this. That's not the worst, taking that thing down. Yeah, I'm just expressing my fears, but it doesn't change my plays. Fears realized. That ain't right. This card ain't right. I'm just a poor mage trying to make ends meet. So, we got Frostbite. Can go Duskwielder now and then attack Representing. No, Frostbite can't face. So we'll just play Massacre and send a 7/7. You want to send the 2/2 and the 5/5, and then if they block the 2/2, we can finish it off with Frostbite. Yeah, that's fine. I think Mike is right. We should still just send these two and then decide on Frostbite versus Massacre after. If we play Massacre now, we get a 7/7, yes. But if we do this, we're flexible enough to potentially take out something very important. There's 2 angels here. Like, the Retribution is going to make these angels vicious. So if they give us an angel, we're pretty happy about that. Just so. And also importantly, I mean, it was already out of range, but 7/7 makes it nice and big. They can't even do the tap and kill it. They can kill something, but not this. Yeah, it's a Berserker. We wouldn't play it if it weren't part of our plan. I'd never run this if it weren't on type. Yeah, I hope they attack. Bring it. Oh, yeah, that's fine, too. If they want to tap an angel to take out our... Oh, but they have vigilance, so that's nice. Yeah, they got to do it all there. But that's kind of nice for us. We might be able to win target game. We +3/+3, and the Dusk Wielder wins combat against the Master. So we just swing both and save the Bloody Massacre. See what they do here. And I don't know what we might have to play around in terms of the swamp and the plains. But with that, we don't need to run amok. Or let's see, if we run amok and we get 10-10 trample, we get 6, 7, 8. That's not lethal. So no, it doesn't, right? 11. Oh, if they 8. Yeah. We just boast and massacre here for sure. Yeah. Because we can't win. And they're accepting this trade. You want the trample damage? But we'll get the trample damage next turn. I'd rather get the massacre down. Well, beating a Retribution to close this out would be an excellent way to finish. We haven't done that yet. I'm not suggesting we have. That's one reason why. Nice recovery plan for Oppo, but hopefully Massacre on Chapter 2 plus Run Amok and all this good stuff should be enough. We'll see. Finding a 2-drop we could play alongside Run Amok for this Berserker would be excellent as well. Not quite, but we do get the... We can get this Berserker, but I think the Run Amok for Trample is even more important. The 10-10 Trampling Berserker... we may even get something off the draw, but we're gonna attack here, and if they don't block both, we kind of win. I don't know. Anyway, the math is for blockers for sure. Didn't get anything new to affect this combat. Still just on the Run Amok and the Dusk Wielder Drain. Yeah, they're at a virtual 11, but I feel like we are putting a lot of damage on them here, and we are going to get to 2 spell. So now they're at a virtual 11, and we just go for the 11 here, right? I mean, I guess they could have something else in hand. But we'll start with that. And try... We're going to try lethal. See if it works. Well, I don't know. I don't know all the stuff in the set, but if there's like deal 4 damage to an attacker... I felt it was safer to make a big thing bigger. Yeah, Iron Verdict. There you go. The Iron Verdict is the reason not to. Still win. Extra point of life, but we get to wield here, right? Woo! Well, we beat one hell of a rare there. Took everything we had and we just got Xaxes, but I will take it. That was a nice way to finish with some profit. Not profit, sorry. Finish with some return. Like, if we didn't win that, we get no gems. That's all I meant. Yeah, when you mold a 5 in your final game with 1,000 gems on the line. You're not that hopeful, but we managed it. Oh no, I didn't see that Radiantware, but that's good. The it's kind of a tease. Radiantware is talking about the fact that when you historically on Arena, let's say I blocked with lifelink, and it would do this weird thing where it's like, first your creatures reduce my life total to -2, but then my lifelink creature of 4 power brings me back to +2, right? And the way that it was showing that was really confusing, because it could give people a false sense that they had won a game that they hadn't won. -2, I got! Oh, what happened, right? So fixing that is a nice little fix to stop. It's kind of, it's not a huge bug, but it's kind of like the equivalent of Arena constantly saying, "What's that on your shirt?" and then bonking you on the nose, right? It's good to take those out of your game, so I'm glad they did that. I'm glad we got our second win in that event, though. That's nice. Pick up some gems, closing in on 40k gems, and almost have another free draft for this account. And I'll say thanks to our YouTube friends for hanging out, and we'll see you for the next draft. Bye.